Yes, guys, modeling with Melina, guys, modeling with Melina, darling. Now, guys, you know how people do those videos, and there's no right or wrong type of video to do. You know, if you're allowed to do a type of video, you're allowed to do a type of video, right? And the thing is, some people get mistreated by all kinds of people, so they might want to do a negative video about someone, and that's what they want to do, right? And I've done videos where, maybe there's been a bad situation for me, and I've talked about it. It's kind of nice to vent about certain things. But I find, those people, and I don't judge, like there's this trans girl, she's like really nice, really pretty, and I guess Blair White is also the same way. Like Blair White is really pretty and seems really nice, but she'll criticize people that have, she'll stitch them in the video, and they might not be like the most feminine drag queen or transgender person. I guess they're both trans, right? The girls are talking. So they're talking about trans people or non-binary, and they just say whatever. And obviously we can have our own opinion, right? And we can say whatever we want. But I think, when you see someone that's like, they think they've made it because they're really, I'm passing as a woman, but I'm kind, right? But let's say somebody's really passing as a woman, and they think, oh, I can criticize someone that maybe is very masculine as a woman, or that might be overweight as a woman, and they're trans or whatever, right? Or maybe they're non-binary and I just don't get what they're saying. But they almost always pick someone that's, not as attractive as they are, which, and there's nothing, they're allowed to do it for some reason. I don't know why it's not considered hate or judgment. Like, I don't know why their channels are bad, but I'm not going to judge. I'm happy I've got my channel, that's all that matters, right? I'm not going to tell them what to do, right? And like same with Candace Owens, right? She'll make fun of people. Like, I just think that's not cool, right? Like, if you're a mature person, especially if you're a religious person, or especially if you're trans, you'd be more understanding of certain situations, right? But, some of these people, I understand if they say, someone that's, harassing people in the women's bathroom, then, yeah, talk about them negatively, right? Or somebody that's abusing, I'm not sure if I can say that, but treating somebody exceptionally badly as whatever person they are, and they're abusing women, or they're treating, then yeah, you can say stuff. But to talk about somebody's looks when they're just like saying they identify as a woman and they feel really beautiful and they feel really feminine, and they might not be, right? Who's to say one's better than the other, right? Anyway, thank you guys. And I love Blair White, don't get me wrong, but she's a pretty drag queen, or she's a pretty transgender person, and same with that other girl, I'm not sure what her name was, but I think it's uncalled for to judge someone that might be, not as feminine as you. And they're very popular, they get a lot of views, so it works for them and they're allowed. Same with Candace Owens, I'm not going to say I have my channels, I'm happy with my channels, right? I'm not going to worry about theirs. I look very passing as a woman, I'm gorgeous as a guy, and even if I wasn't, I wouldn't even listen to what they're saying, right? But I just think, that to call someone names or to be rude to someone when maybe you think you're pretty or you think you're good, that's like immature in my opinion. But I'm not going to, some people like them and teach their own, right? But I just think I would never insult someone or purposely target someone for being a masculine drag queen or transgender person or being non-binary or LGBT, you know what I mean? Or even like I'm bi as a guy, but I would never do that with race or religion or LGBTQ status or non-LGBTQ status, right? Anyway, bye guys.